Perfect. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is 2025 Real Estate Business Planning. I have given it a title as the 2025 Real Estate Business Plan, a road map to success. What we plan to do this evening is to use all of this information to take your business to the next level. Okay, how do we get to the next level is going to be our very first question. We are going to cover all of those things. We are going to create a roadmap. And then by the end of this session, you won't have your actual business plan, but you're going to get a template so that you will create your business plan. I have put it in the chat box if you are live on the Zoom with me. If you are watching on YouTube, if you comment, I will be sure to email you or DM you a link to the business plan template so that you can put your plan together also. All right. Let's take a look at our very first screen. It's all about me. Who am I? I am Nakia Evans. I've been a realtor, real estate agent since 2002. My backstory is that I was a teenage mom first and foremost at the age of 17. Then again at 19, I had three little children. When I was 23, I bought my first house. When I was 28, I bought my second house. I became a landlord. That same year, my second real estate agent was like, girl, you should get your real estate license. I think you would know what you're doing in this industry. And so when people give me advice, usually good advice, I generally take it. So I got my license right away. I got my license 3 months after buying my second home and becoming a landlord. Okay. So I was really into it. However, I really didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't know it was a business. Nobody even told me it was a business. I just got the license and I was like, okay, I'm ready to sell some houses and make some money, get some checks. That did not happen. All right. It took me years and years and years of having a dual career, always having a job and having this real estate license to really establish that this was a business. And that happened in 2015 when I took the Graduate Realtors Institute class, and they taught me about making this a business. Around that same year, I got into volunteering at my local board. With that local board volunteerism, I got into leadership because they taught me and put me in plenty of sessions and plenty of positions to learn how to be a leader. I did that until I became the association president. Also was women's council president, served on tons of committees, et cetera, et cetera. I served my way all the way to the top. You can say that. And that's what I generally say when I talk about volunteerism. Also, 2020, I decided that having a Maryland real estate license wasn't enough, that I would get a North Carolina real estate license because I felt like in the future there was an opportunity for me, right? You hear that in 2020. I'm going to fast forward in just a minute. 2021, I spoke on stage at a general session at my company's international conference that got me into public speaking and really boosted me into teaching and hosting sessions like this. 2022, I spoke on stage again. This time it was 7,000 people and it was before Tony Robbins. So that boosted my confidence on stage again. Then in 2023, I founded Beyond Inner Growth University, a coaching and online real estate training center. All right. And in 2024, I am here with you. And I'm also licensed now, finally, this week, just yesterday, I think, or the day before, I got licensed to teach the National Association of Realtors courses, designations, certifications, and all that good stuff. So I believe that all of this was in my business plan, also in my dreams and my goals. And I wanted to tell you guys all of that and for you to see my story because we're going to talk more in depth as we advance along through the presentation today about how all of this works out, how you go from here to here. All right. So to begin, I have a question for you. I really have a quote first. The quote is, I don't have to be the best, but I can outwork you. I can give 120% effort every day, and that's what separates the good from the great. That's Eric Thomas. All right. I watch his motivational speeches. I listen to him. I take his advice as well. And that 120%, that 120% sticks with me all the time. So my questions to you is, what percentage are you giving to your business? Where are you now? And this is for you to write down. If you have a sheet of paper, pen, paper, write this down now on top of your paper, because we're going to keep using it, right? What percentage are you giving to your business? Where are you right now? Where do you want to be? What are you giving to your business? What are you giving up for your business or for success? And what will it take to get you to the next level? Those are all questions that you're going to want to ask yourself, not just today, but all the time. It's going to be recurring. Am I giving 100%? Am I giving 120? Am I giving 50%? Where is the problem? Like, what's going on? Why? What's the problem? Why am I not where I want to be? Or what can I do? What can I give up to go where I want to go? So the problem, I just said something about the problem, right? The problem, 4 out of 5 agents do not have a business plan. I'm going to say that one more time. 4 out of 5 agents do not have a business plan. There's millions of real estate agents. They just out here working. And you may not have one. Don't feel bad if you don't have one, because that's why we are in this session, because I want you to know that you need one. I want you to learn why you need one, or even better yet, what is a business plan? A well-crafted business plan, first of all, is going to be essential to guiding how your real estate career goes, right? Through the year, through the coming year, right now, through the quarter, through the month. You're going to want to always have that business plan and have it, because again, we talked about a roadmap, right? It's going to be your roadmap. It's going to outline what you're trying to do, what you want to do, and where you want to go, right? It's going to outline your goals, your strategies, your action plans, and believe it or not, it includes some financial strategies and some financial projections. You are going to want to plan out how much money you are going to make, or how much money you want to make, okay? So let's just take a look at, we know what the problem is. You don't even have a business plan, right? Here is the solution that the business plan gives. Why do you even have a plan? Number 1, accountability. Number 2, clear direction. Number 3, financial planning and risk mitigation. So let me define each of those topics for you. Accountability is you're going to be using a written plan that serves as a constant reminder of what you have committed to, right? It's going to help you stay accountable to yourself and your goals. The clear direction, again, the roadmap. Roadmaps give directions, right? It's going to give you a guide towards your specific goals, a list, a checklist sometimes of what your specific goals are and the objectives and the actions that that you're going to need to take in order to reach the goal, okay? Financial planning, you are going to want to know where your money is. You are going to want to manage your money, income and expenses, not just business expenses, but your personal expenses also. So we'll talk about that in a minute, and you'll see that on the plan. In 2015 is the first time I knew, or probably first business plan I did, just to be honest. I told y'all 2002 to 2015, 13 years I had no business plan, okay? And my statistics showed for that. All right. But you are going to want to know, once I make this money, or how much money do I need to make in order to pay my personal expenses? All right. So it's just not how much commissions I'm going to make and how much money I'm going to put in the bank. It is how much money do I need to make in order to manage my expenses effectively. Risk mitigation, we are going to identify challenges. Again, remember I told you to look at yourself first, right? We are going to look at the challenges, we're going to look at the problems, and we are going to develop the strategies that you can take to overcome all of the problems that you're having in your business. Why do you need a business plan? Well, there's no real statistics out here to say only agents with a business plan will succeed, but there's enough information out here to show that people with a business plan will be increased. They'll have an increased chance. They'll have increased chances of achieving their goals because they have a plan, because they have a checklist, but it'll also help you to build your career and guide your career. Again, we're going to be following this roadmap. The problems over here, solutions over here, we're going to be gearing towards or using our roadmap to get towards the solution. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of creating or having the information ready for you to put into your template so that you can create your business plan for 2025. All right. Any questions so far? I know I was just running off at the mouth, but I don't think it should be questions yet. When I get into this next part, then we might have some questions. Or actually, I'm going to be asking you questions now. Do you know yourself? Let's look in the mirror and take a self-assessment. That is really our very first part, very first piece. The surprising piece to putting together a business plan is a self-assessment, asking yourself those questions that I had for you, but also taking a look at your personal budget. All right, you're going to have a personal budget worksheet. Now it's participation time. You can participate in the chat, or you can come off of mute, or if you're watching YouTube, just type in the comments. Tell me some of your personal budget items, your personal budget items. Let's talk about that real quick. I need some participation because y'all know I will stop in the middle and we will have awkward silence. All right, I see somebody come off of mute. Geraldine?
Yes. My personal budget item is marketing number one and having a savings plan.
Okay. All right. All right. So I didn't explain this well. So hold the line 1 second. That marketing is actually a business expense. All right. When I say your personal budget, I want to get real personal, like your mortgage, your rent, your utilities, your car payment, your car insurance, like how much gas you putting in your car, food, your groceries, how much you spending out in restaurants, how much you spending on clothes, how much you spending on like entertainment, your hobbies, going to the movies. We're going to talk about your debt. I don't want to know what your debt is, but like your credit card payments, if you have loans. You did say savings, so that was good. That's a personal one, savings and investments. But what does it take? Let me say it this way. How much money you want to first establish how much money it just takes you to run your own life. Forget the business. Put the business to the side for just 2 seconds. How much money, how much income do I need? And you're going to write down your income as well. How much income do I need, or how much income do I have coming in order to take care of me? I ain't worried about real estate. I ain't worried about social media. I ain't worried about marketing yet. I only want to take care of me. How much am I paying for rent? How much am I paying for a car payment? All right. So in your workbook, the very first thing that you will need to do is you will need to stop and fill in the personal income section. And I apologize. I thought I had put it in this presentation, but it's not on the screen. But all of those things that I said are the line items. So let's go again. Housing, mortgage, rent, utilities, transportation, car payments, insurance, gas. And I'm stalling because y'all supposed to be writing this down or just thinking about all of it, right? Groceries. Do you have a grocery budget? Or if you don't, start saving the receipts from your groceries. Start saving the receipts from dining out, from going to restaurants, from eating out, fast food. Save all of that because you are going to use all of that information to budget or to create a budget of how much you generally spend or how much you need in order to fulfill all of these things. So again, we got clothing, entertainment. If you go to the movies every week, you go to the date night every week, get those receipts, put that in there too if you pay. Debt payments, credit cards, loans, okay? Savings, investment, whatever you're spending on savings and investments, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your income. Say I see some dual career agents here. Take your income, right? And then take your expenses. Subtract your expenses from your income, okay? Monthly, you can do it monthly, and you could do this annually, all right? So you'll want to track this every single month. You want to keep on tracking this. This is going to be important. You are going to need to have a monthly budget and an annual budget. Your monthly budget basically turns into your annual budget. All right, with some of that other stuff, quarterly stuff that you pay. But if you pay something quarterly, break it down into 3 months. You might say, I don't pay car insurance every month. So take your quarterly payment, divide it by 3, and put it in monthly. Okay. Everybody clear on that? Now I'm gonna ask the question again. And Geraldine, you can go first. I know you said savings, but give me something else, something personal in your personal budget.
Well, in my personal budget, of course, I want my rent covered. I want my car note covered,
Mhm.
groceries. Of
Good.
course, I have a savings life insurance. So,
Yeah.
just a guesstimate, I would need 14,000
A
per
month?
a month because
Expensive.
well, because one is debt. I would like to pay
Mhm.
down my debt quicker,
Okay.
and I'm also accounting for all of my bills. So just in case, my husband wants to go on his entrepreneur journey as a real estate agent and electrician, that one of us can cover it.
Okay.
And we also have 3 kids, and they expensive. So
Oh, yes. Okay. See, I forgot. I was looking at it from the personal one person standpoint, but y'all got a whole family over there. You got
yeah,
5 people. Okay. 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 That's a little better. All right. All right. So make sure you're writing all of that down. Anybody, she said insurance. I like that one. Life insurance. All right. That's something. What about health insurance? Okay. So even if your health insurance right now is coming out of your paycheck, if you are dual career, make sure you do a line item for that health insurance. Don't forget, if you are saving money in a 401k, that's an expense for you. All right. So don't forget those little things, but you will receive a almost like a little spreadsheet. You're going to fill out a box and you're going to put all of these things in. So you'll take some thinking time in the very beginning. All right, to take a look at your income and your expenses, your personal income and expenses, all aside from the business. All right, we're gonna get into the business in just a minute. Now, knowing yourself, knowing your goals. Again, you're going to have some short-term goals. You're going to have some long-term goals. You're going to have some goals for this week. You're going to have some goals for today. So, you also need to write out your goals, your professional goals, your personal goals. Okay, I'll give you a couple examples. Maybe your professional goal is to close 30 transactions, right? That could be one per year, or complete 2 transactions per month. That might be one. Become a certified buyer's agent might be one. A financial goal, because you want to write down your financial goals as well, might be to save $20,000 for a down payment on a new home, something like that. Or something like what Geraldine said, pay off credit card debt. That will go into your short-term and long-term goals. Maybe build an emergency fund of $10,000, right? Those will be there. What about personal? Take a vacation to the Caribbean, something like that. Start a new hobby. Volunteer in my community. Volunteer at Girl Scouts. Volunteer at Boy Scouts. Something like that. Those could be in there. What about long-term goals? Maybe you want to open your own real estate brokerage. Maybe you want to become a real estate team leader. Maybe you want to get a designation. Okay. Maybe within those long-term goals, you may want to build a net worth of $1 million. Maybe you want to invest in real estate, right? You want to invest in some properties, you want to build a rental property for portfolio, or maybe simply retire comfortably with such and such amount in the bank, right? That could be maybe spend more time with family, spend more time with friends, purchase a vacation home. All of those could be like long-term goals, or shoot, if you're adventurous, put it in your short-term goals, okay? What about dreams and aspirations? Okay. I dream of, let me see what I dreamed of this week. Look, this week, I dreamed that I want to travel. I want to take a 2-week cruise, a 2-week vacation. I want to take a 2-week cruise. Well, the reason I'm saying 2 weeks is because it's going to take 2 weeks to do the cruise I want to do. I want to do a Panama Canal cruise. So that's my dream and aspiration. So with that being my dream and aspiration, I need to utilize all my business goals and some of my personal goals together to complete that dream. You know, maybe some people want to travel around the world. Maybe some people want to learn a new language. Financial freedom is one of my goals. All debt erased, right? Paid off, right? I want to just be able to, I want time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. That is my dream, my aspiration, and my long-term goal kind of combined. So if you kind of see all of those things, your short-term goals, your long-term goals, and your dreams and aspirations kind of go together, right? So just start thinking, because you're going to want to write those down. All right. So if you've noticed, we spent a lot of time on ourselves first, right? But guess what? We still got to talk about ourselves. Y'all thought we was going to get into business. No, we're going to talk about ourselves. One more slide, and then I promise we're going to get into the business. All right, so SWOT. Have you guys ever heard of SWOT analysis? Come on for me if you heard of it. I see it's on the screen. Somebody guess it. Scream it out at me. Tell me what the SWOT stands for.
Yes, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Yes. All right. So as a real estate agent, you need a SWOT analysis. We're going to continue looking at ourselves. We're going to consider our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities. Some will be unique opportunities, right? Some of them, and then we move over to threats, our challenges, right? Not only just in the world of real estate, but our personal. All right, we want to talk, this is personal. Your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats should be personal. It should be tailored to you, your specific situation, your specific experience, your specific business. All right. So when we're talking about strengths, you are going to identify your personal strengths, your skills, your personal skills, and your experiences that you can use that will benefit your business. Okay, that's how we tie it in. So what personal strengths, skills, and experiences do you have that will benefit your business? And it's a sample on the screen. Excellent communication skills. All right, that's a really good one that you need for your business. The ability to effectively communicate with clients, negotiate deals, and build relationships. That is a strength that you need. And if you don't have that as a strength, that is something I suggest you work on. If that's in your weakness right now, we're going to try to move that over to strengths. All right. In your weaknesses, you're just going to acknowledge the areas where you can improve. You might be okay in it, but you want to improve in it. So I hear a lot, social media. All right, people like, I don't like social media. I can't do social media. I can't find leads. Okay, that is probably your weakness. The leads, the finding leads, difficulty attracting new clients or generating leads. No clients, no business, no money, no profits, right? So if you're having difficulty with social media marketing or any type of marketing, you're having problems or weakness in attracting new clients, then that it might be a place where you want to write it down as your weakness, but it's a place you want to focus on, because again, we got to gain some strength there because we need that. That's our cash register. The people and the relationships is our cash register. So opportunities. Okay. Maybe there's some new programs in your area, right? New business opportunities, right? Maybe there is a new certification or certification you want. Some type of new technology skill, ChatGPT, AI, artificial intelligence, right? Learning those things are opportunities for you. You know why? Because it's going to help you with your marketing, attracting new clients, but that artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, Google Gemini is also going to help you with communication, right? So an opportunity, maybe if you don't have one that you want to write down, write that down. Learning new technologies, learning to use artificial intelligence, because surely that's going to help you with communication and marketing. All right, now what about threats? Don't remember the interest rates were up. Well, they're coming down, but that high interest rate might be a threat. Competition. It's just new agents after new agents after new agents coming into the business. So what else? Y'all give me an example of a threat or even a weakness. Let's get vulnerable here. Give me a weakness or give me a threat. And Geraldine, let's make somebody else participate, because it is not just me and you on this call. So let's see. Who else? Who else? Don't make me call on you, Audra. Audra, Morella, Sharice, Ariel. Somebody tell me what might be a threat or one of your weaknesses. Where do you see that you need help in your business? Where? Come on, y'all, because y'all know I'll sit here for a minute. There you go. Sharice, come on. You know the deal.
This whole social media thing, I'm just trying to get used to. I know you have to do it, but just putting it in like a scheduler so you can just get it, like so it can just go out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a secret. So remember I talked about that opportunity and artificial intelligence. If you tell ChatGPT, or I like Google Gemini now, so y'all gonna hear me talk about Google Gemini. If you go to one of those tools and you type in, my name is Sharice Gregg. I'm a real estate agent in Baltimore, Maryland. I want to attract new buyers and I need social media and marketing suggestions, tips, tricks, and even some content for my social media pages for the next 30 days. Please give me some examples or give me 30 days worth of content. If you type that, and I hope you caught all that, if you
Yes.
type that in there, I promise you, half of your weakness will be pushed over into strengths. All right, now getting that stuff scheduled, that's a matter of time management, which we are going to get into in just a minute. But time management, when it comes to the social media and the marketing being a weakness, it is because we don't schedule out or we don't task block or time block the time to sit down and do it. So I used to do Sundays. I've gotten bad with it, but I used to do Sundays, like maybe from 12 to 2:30. All of my social media for the week is planned, and in there I'm using like a tool, something like Later or something that doesn't cost money. See if you can find something that doesn't cost money. Actually, Facebook, you can schedule posts. If you have a Facebook page, you can schedule posts and it'll post in your Facebook and your business Instagram, okay? Or even Instagram now. A lot of social media now you can schedule. So now you don't really have to have one of those extra tools. I know people like them, but you can actually find some free. I suggest free. This is a budgeting session as well, and you want the most free stuff. But schedule out some time or budget out some time to sit down, work with your Google Gemini and your Chat GPT, come up with content, get it scheduled, go into Canva, create some stuff, or, we'll talk about that a little more in another session, one of our 6 p.m. Thursday sessions. We can actually create a plan actually with one of our Thursday sessions. So we
Okay.
will do that. But thank you for sharing, because a lot of people have, like you see on the screen, weak marketing skills. Or and look, it talk about poor time management. Not to say your time management is poor, but we just don't make time for time
Right.
management, or we just don't manage our time. We just go day by day thinking that we just have enough time for everything, and we really don't.
Right.
As we get into discipline and consistency, we are really going to have to use time management, task management, and really prioritization. That's another thing. We'll prioritize real good. Because something might need to be done today, and you're doing the stuff that don't need to be done today now. So now you are pressed for time to try to complete something that needed to be done. So we'll talk about that. And let's get right into understanding your market, because this has to do with marketing as well. The very first thing to complete your market analysis as part of your business plan, your market analysis, is to really understand who and what your target market is. Can you describe your ideal client, the profile of your ideal client? I mean, and when I say, can you identify, can you describe, I mean, all the way down to gender, age, how much money they make. I mean, I want you to get real detailed. I want you to envision right now, and take a minute to write down. Everybody grab pen, paper, write down who your target market is. What are the demographics of your target market? How old are they? Write it down while I'm asking these questions. Mine, ages 25 to 44. What is their income? 75,000 to 150,000 annually. Okay. What is their family status? Y'all want to, is it a married couple with children, or is it a single professional female? Mine is a single professional female, okay? Don't ask why, it just is. What is their education? Like, when you get into demographics, and I tell you something, once you are using that artificial intelligence ChatGPT, they will also suggest a target audience for you as well. If you've been using it, they kind of get to know you, and they can suggest a demographic for your target audience. All right. So all the way down, let's keep going. Education. Did they graduate high school? Did they graduate college? All right. What about their lifestyle? They value family. They're all about community. They're a homebody. They just love being home. Okay. So they might work from home. Think about that. What is their lifestyle? You want to also understand their lifestyle. And we're telling you all of this because when you're using social media, or when you're marketing, you want your marketing to speak directly to them. Like it's only you and them in the room. You want, when someone's reading your content or taking a look at your content, you want them to believe that they are talking directly to you and only you. So that's why you need to know your target market. All right. Don't forget, what are they interested in? Do they spend a lot of time outside? Do they spend a lot of time traveling? Do they need to be close to airports? Okay. You need to know all this stuff. Motivations. Are they looking for school for their kids? Okay. They looking for a neighborhood where they can walk because they are a walker. So they want a neighborhood with sidewalks where they can walk all the time, right? Or they just looking for affordable housing, right? Think about those things. What are their motivations? And again, location. If somebody travels all the time and they're flying in and out all the time, you don't want to help them find a house that's 2 hours from the airport. 9 times out of 10, you're going to help them find something that is close to the airport. All right. So just think about that. You want to envision what your client looks like. You want to write it all down, get scrap paper, do whatever you need to do, write it all down, but detail it. The reason you want to write it down or know who it is, because you'll also want to tell your ChatGPT who your ideal client is. If you tell them who your ideal client is, your content will be just a little bit better as well. All right. So that's a little marketing piece, even though we on business planning. If you notice anything right now and you guys caught it right away, marketing and business planning goes hand in hand. All right. So much so that when you get your business plan template, it's actually called a business and marketing plan. The two things go hand in hand. If you are not marketing your business, you're not going to be doing any business. All right. So it's very important that you get that marketing, you move that marketing from a weakness to a strength. All right. So next thing in your understanding your market piece of your business plan, you want to worry about the competition just a little bit. I never worry about the competition, but you do have to know who your competition is. You might want to know what their strengths is, what their weakness is, and how much business they're doing, right? Because if you have an agent that is getting 9 out of 10 listings in your neighborhood, maybe your neighborhood is not your target market. Maybe you have to go outside of that market area. Okay. That's what market share is. Market share is closing all the deals in this area. Who is closing all the deals in the area where you want to work in? If it's an agent in your company, then maybe you can connect with them and host open houses on their listings that they're getting. Okay, that's an idea for your marketing and for your business plan. But you want to make sure, or if your competitor is weak in listings, maybe you should be strong in listings so you can get so you can get some listings. Okay. You'll also want to worry about what the trends are, what's going on in the real estate market, what the interest rates are. All right. Did you know you can wake up in the morning and Google what is today's current interest rate? If you've never done it, try it tomorrow morning. All right. So you'll want to know what interest rates are, what the property values are in the areas that you want to work in. We call them farming areas, but they're your market areas. So you want to know every single thing about the area where you want to work, where you want to capture the market share, where you find or where you will locate your target audience, your target market. All right. You want to know who they are, what they prefer, what they want. You want to be talking directly to them. You have to understand your market in order to complete your marketing plan. All right. All right. Next slide. Branding. Yes, branding and generating leads will be a big piece to your marketing and business plan. All right. How will you reach your audience? How will your audience see you? What will they say about you? What will they see about you? How will you talk to them? How will you communicate with them? How will you get in touch with them? That is really what your marketing and sales strategy is. All right. It's building your brand and then generating leads. All right. So branding is not a logo. Okay. It's not only, I mean, it's in your logo, your colors and all that, but branding really just reflects you. It reflects what people are saying about you and your business. So if somebody refers you out, what did they say when they referred you? That's your brand. All right. That's your personal brand. It's really your expertise and your values. Okay. So make sure when you are marketing that that stands out, that you're saying that, all right, that you are telling people what your expertise are, you know, not just your colors, not just your little fancy logos, not none of that. All right, so you want to make sure. Now, marketing channels. We keep talking about marketing. Yes, marketing. I got to get some leads. I got to get some people, right? How am I finding the people? What are my marketing channels? What am I using? Social media? Am I using email? Am I using text messages? Content marketing? Am I going to networking events? Am I going to events? Am I hosting workshops? What am I doing? What are the channels? What are the things that I am using to drive leads or drive people to me, to get referrals from other real estate agents, right? If that's my line of business. What are the channels I am using? So you have to know that. It's all a part of your business plan. If you have some scrap paper and you've been writing down as we've been going, you actually almost have a whole complete business plan, but we're going to help you put it in a little fancy workbook in a little bit. All right. What is your sales process? Do you have, first of all, let me ask you this. Do you have it detailed? Do you have it written somewhere? Do you have the 8 steps to the home buying process? Right? Do you have that where so you can communicate that well to somebody else? Or do you have what happens in your business from the lead generation all the way to closing the deal. If you don't, you need to, because that is a system. Everything that we do as a real estate agent will be done more than once. If we do something more than once, you want to have it written out. And the most simple way I put it is that I have this written or typed up in my notebook, so that if I hand this notebook over to a 15-year-old, they will know how to run my business for me. You want it that simple. You want it that detailed. You want it outlined just like that. Okay. Your sales process. We want to outline the sales process. And then last but certainly not least, and this is number one, you got to have a CRM. You got to have a customer relationship management tool, system, software. We're using, most of us on the phone are using KV Core, or should be using KV Core. I said should. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a break. I ain't gonna tell on nobody. But you need to get into your KV Core. You gotta have a CRM. If you are not using your CRM right now, take one sheet of paper and write CRM so big. Get yourself a marker, or if you got you got a dry erase board, write CRM real big somewhere right now, because it's got to be your number one priority. Got to be your number one priority when it comes to your business, because you have to communicate, have to be able to communicate with these leads, with your clients, in order to do continuous business. All right, step 5 is leading us right back to the money, financial planning. Yes, we talked about the personal money, but you also got to get into the money from real estate. All right. So you are going to estimate your expected commissions, or your expected income from commissions, from referrals, and from other sources. So it might be your job income. If you have a job, you do a career. You want to say what you estimate, or what you expect, or what you want to make. Okay. What you want to make from your real estate business. So yes, we are going to worry about our income. All right. What about our expenses? So here is where our marketing cost goes. If we paying office rent, if you pay any technology fees, you might be paying $85, $90 a month, right? For some technology fees. You might be paying for Zoom. You might be paying for Canva. Okay. All of these expenses have to be written out. And guess what? School expenses or classes, if you're paying for CE, or you're paying for any training, designations. What about the MLS? What about your dues? What about your real estate license? What about all of that? You got to really detail out this money to see how much money you need. Okay. You have to project your expenses for real estate in order to have a good financial plan within your business plan. With that, we'll have a profit and loss statement. That's a whole class. I'm going to breeze right on through that, but write it down. Profit and loss statement. If you've never had one, you need one. You need to look into it. Maybe we can do a session on a Thursday evening about a profit and loss statement for real estate agents. All right. Cash flow. All right. You got to know where your cash is going, coming in and going out. That's the only way you're going to keep track of your finances, in and out. Only way you'll keep up and make sure that you are financially stable. You heard those words before? I'm sure. Are you financially stable? We want to be able to answer yes to that. So, what kind of tools can I use to build out my roadmap? Okay. Now I know some of these goals. I know my expenses. I know how much money I'm going to spend. I know my goals. But how do I get to my goal? How do I get to the end goal? How do I get to the finish line? I need a roadmap, right? So I got to break it down. I got to decide, what am I going to do to achieve this goal? So I say action plan, and I don't think I wrote it up on the board, but action plans, like what steps, break down your goals into tasks. Like, what is the actions? What are the tasks that I'm going to do in order to reach my goals. Okay. Now, don't forget you're going to have some deadlines. You're going to have some timelines. Don't forget SMART goals. Remember SMART goals? Thank goodness I don't think I put SMART goals in here, but y'all know what SMART goals are, right? Specific, measurable. What's the SMART goals, y'all? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and is the T for time? We say it so much, I done forgot it, right? But you want to have a list, a breakdown of how you're going to get to your goals. You want a timeline, a deadline on each one. You have to identify the resources. Again, we talked about like social media, what tools, what channels will I use for social media, but what resources will be needed to complete the task? I want to close 25 deals. I may need some training. I want to renew my license. I got to get some CE, right? So exactly what resources will I use to complete the task? That's going to be there. And how can I measure? How can I keep track? Most of us use checklists. I use notebooks. Y'all see me flash one. I got one right here. I got one over here. I use notebooks. I use to-do lists. I got one over here. I got notebooks for days, right? I got my old notebook. I should be ashamed to show these notebooks. I'm still not ashamed to show. I write everything down, okay? But I'm going to challenge you guys to create something fancy. And y'all can Google it. ChatGPT will help y'all because they helped me with this one. Create a Gantt chart. Gannt. A Gantt chart. That is going to allow you to like chart your longer term goals and chat your tasks that you're doing over and over. Or you know how you guys may have a journal, you may have a checklist. It's a little more than a checklist, like a progress bar. So say you got to sell 20 houses. So I've been seeing those charts where it has 20 houses on it and you color in each house. But they have something called a Gantt chart where you can do that as well. It's colorful, use different colors. You might use color pencils or something like that. But write that down. I am challenging you. If you were on this workshop or on YouTube and you complete a Gantt chart and you DM me, email it, text it to me, then I am going to mail you something very special. And if you know anything about me, is that I spend a lot of good money on my good special stuff. So I'm not mailing you anything from the dollar store. I'm mailing you some good stuff. All right. For your business and for you. It'll be personal and business. But that is my challenge for you to not just use checklists, which we're about to talk about checklists, but to color code your goals, to put them into a chart, to chart your progress, you know, break it down line item by line item and put some progress bars. Y'all know y'all can just Google that and probably find what you need, right? So do that, win the challenge. I'm going to mail you something really nice. All right. We are right down to the end. All right. And I knew I had SMART goals in here somewhere. You know, you cannot have a business plan and talk about goals without talking about SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That's right. SMART. I was almost smart. I had it. All right. So we are going to use a checklist. All right. And this is your checklist on the screen. So if you need to screenshot it, screenshot that. You're going to use a checklist. You are going to do a regular review of your business plan. Once you have your business plan in place, you are going to be measuring the progress. You're going to be rewriting it. You're going to be reevaluating it. Okay. Time after time. Again, some goals will drop off. Some you will add some on. All right. So with your checklist and when reviewing your plan, you want to ask yourself these questions. Have you identified the key tasks required to achieve your goals? Are your goals SMART goals, of course? Do you have the necessary resources to complete each task? Or will you need some help? Or will you need somebody to help you with it, right? Have you established a system for measuring the progress and success? That's that little Gantt chart. So if you have that Gantt chart, you can have a system to measure. And have you given yourself realistic deadlines for each task? It's gonna be real important, right? So make sure you have this checklist because this is what you're going to use to reevaluate and check on your business plan. So what's the last thing we need to do? after our regular review, first of all, what's the first thing we need to do is that we need to have our good template, right? I'm gonna click that link and let y'all see the see what the business plan looks like. I'm gonna put the link in to the PDF in our chat box again. But I suggest using the Breakthrough Broker Business and Marketing Plan. The 2025 one has not come out yet, but 2024 is already ready for you, recorded. It's the same business plan. They've been using it since 2015. Okay. That's how good it is. They've been using it year after year. Don't forget, tap into Google, Gemini, or ChatGPT if you have not. Find some YouTube videos, get that set up, because that's going to be really important, a really important piece of technology that you are going to need to run your business in 2025 if you're not already using it. And if you are not already tapped into our training center at Beyond Inner Growth University, then make sure you jump into there. There is also a business plan template in there that you can use over and over and over again, above and beyond the Breakthrough Broker business plan. And my quote leaving out of here, and you can just repeat this after me. You don't have to come off of mute, but I want you to say and just think, I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life by giving everything I've got 120% every single day. I'm going to say it one more time. Maybe y'all will say it with me. I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life by giving everything I've got 120% every single day. And y'all know, when y'all see that 120, y'all know that came from Coach ET. So that is the quote. I love it. Say it, make up your own number. If it's not 120, you might want to give 150, you might want to give 110, might want to give 100%, but just, you need some type of affirmation. Today, I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life by giving everything I got. And you should be saying that for your business. Should be saying that for your personal. You should be saying that for your mental health, for everything, your family, your relationship. I'm going to make this the rest of my life the best of my life by giving everything I've got 120% every single day. And when you start living by that, you will notice increase in everything: health, wealth, wellness, mental health, everything. All right. Physical health, give that gym 120%, right? So we can get that summer beach body that we're looking for. Whatever it is that you're looking for, give it 120%. Writing this business plan, give it 120%, because you're going to need 120% to complete all your goals so that you are living the life that you dream about and that you envision, that you made those vision boards, right? We are going to need 120% plus to get everything that we want and everything that we want to have in life. So with that, I thank you. Here's my contact information. If you are on Zoom, everybody on this Zoom call knows me, but if you're on YouTube, that's my contact information. Get in touch with me. I appreciate your time and attention. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to hit stop recording so that we could have our own little private conversation. Hold on one moment. Let's see. Stop.